Are you always coming up with ideas? Do you marvel at successful business owners? Do you hate being told what to do? Ever take things apart just to see how they work? Are you a dreamer? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Pro Tapes and Specialties is the world leader in tape manufacturing and specialty conversion with over 40 years of experience. In addition to our pro brand of high-quality specialty adhesive tapes, we provide contract converting services that help improve your profitability, streamline your supply chain, and reduce inventory cost. We offer the most complete range of converting capabilities in the industry, such as cloth tape, double-coated tape, specialty tape, paper tape, masking tape, vinyl tape,
carton sealing tape, adhesive transfer tape, duct tape, foam tape, electrical tape, filament tape, foil tape, reflective tape.
And the tape just keeps on rolling. Visit us online today at www.protapes.com or call us at 800-345-0234. Pro Tapes, it's just how we roll.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entrepreneurial Enclave, Life's Coming Attraction. I am your host, Kevin Wortham. Today, I am so excited. This young lady is going to rock you with great information. Ashale, welcome to the platform. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Now, I think I destroyed your name, so let me have you say your name correctly.
Ajale.
Ajale. Okay, so we're going to do this interview, and we're going to do your mama proud, Nina Dawkins. We're going to do your proud. Okay, so here we go. So I want to jump into the interview by talking about your certification. You are a certified trainer, correct?
I'm working to be that. Yes, so
Excellent.
that is in the process.
Excellent. And so once you finish that, the ultimate goal is you want to begin to train folks.
Yes, I would love to start training people. I want to say towards the end of the summer, I should be ready to do that. I'm really looking to start online first with doing online coaching with people, people who are just interested in, learning more about fitness and doing what they feel like they're able to do and maybe push people a little bit past their limits, and progression is key. So I would love to help people with that.
Now, how important is fitness for your everyday living?
It's huge, really. It's really for your health and also how you feel.
Yes.
I mean, you could ask anyone if someone did a workout, whatever time of the day. I like to do it in the morning. You just feel like the rest of your day just goes by easy peasy, and it just feels so good to actually burn some calories and sweat a little bit, exert a little bit of energy, but you feel so good for the rest of your day.
All right. And so, I didn't even ask this question. I apologize. What is the name of your fitness business?
It'll be AJG Fitness.
AJG Fitness. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Now, I've got to ask this question. Are you working on the business plan?
I am right now. I have a lot of brainstorming ideas.
Okay.
As of right now, my top priority is my bodybuilding show that's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So right now I'm trying to get that done first, and then we will get more onto the business area.
Okay, but you're not going to regret or not forget to do the business plan?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay,
no.
Good. All right, so now let's jump to the beginning. How did you get started in fitness?
Fitness. So I've been in fitness for maybe a couple of years now.
Yes.
But I wasn't consistent.
Okay.
It would be like I would go to the gym maybe once every 2 weeks. It was very rare for me to go to the gym.
Okay.
Because I was a cheerleader all throughout high school. That was pretty much.
Now, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Lawrence High School.
Oh, fantastic! And so you were a cheerleader for them.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And then I also did competitive cheer as well. So I would have my high school practices, and then right after that, I'd go to my all-star cheer practice too. So I was very busy with cheer.
Wow. And so I read somewhere, I think either you shared it with me or I read somewhere that you also came back to become one of the coaches for your high school team.
Correct. Yes, I was a
Wow.
coach for 4 years. Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
That was great. I mean, it was really rewarding to do that.
Yes.
And to see the kids that, I've never met before, obviously, because I graduated way before them, but
Yes.
it was exciting, to really just teach them about cheer and, different techniques and conditioning them. And, I was their choreographer as well for competitions and things like that. But it was really rewarding. Honestly, it really was. And it was such a fun time.
Now, when you say my tongue is tied. You taught them dance moves.
Correct. Yes. So, in cheerleading, they usually compete in competitions,
Yes.
either they're competing against, other schools that might be around, or they might even be traveling for competitions.
Yes.
So I would make a whole routine, which is typically 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's including tumbling, stunts, jumping, and, pyramids and all that good stuff. So I would be the one to make all of that up and teach them and just have them perform it. And yeah, that was my job.
Wow. So now, what was your motivation for coming back to be a coach?
After high school, I definitely realized that I missed it
Okay.
a lot. Like I missed cheering myself
Yes.
because, I did it all throughout middle school, and then high school, was huge for me. And I wanted to keep cheering after high school, but then I thought, like I aged out. It's probably not the time, and my body's not built like that anymore.
Okay.
So then, one of the coaches that just asked me, like, hey, like, are you interested in, coming and coaching, the school? And I thought, like, I mean, I guess why not? Like, I was local, I was still home, so I thought, why not give it a chance? And I was a little nervous at first, because I am one of the tougher coaches per
Okay.
se,
Okay.
but it was really exciting to do that. Yeah, it's been great.
So you came back as a big sister and a mentor.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
that's exactly what I feel like.
and you came back and you said that you were a little tougher than most coaches. How tough were you?
Very.
Why did you
Conditioning.
why did you think you had to be so tough though?
I think that because there was a difference between where I was cheering
Yes.
and to seeing them cheer. And there was things that I saw in them that I was like, oof, like I wasn't coached this way, for
Wow.
me. So I would be like, you know what, like my coaches would have told me to do 100 push-ups by now,
Okay.
And so I thought I've got to instill that in these kids, because if not, it's like, how could we really succeed if we don't work hard,
Yes.
right? You don't deserve a win if you
Yes.
don't do what you can do 100%. So if you don't put 100% in your practices and how you do things, we're going to do it 10 more times, whether you like it or not. So
Wow.
that's the kind of coach that I am.
Coach, that does sound tough. That sounds tough.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I'm glad I'm having this opportunity to talk with you. Most folks look at cheerleading and we don't see behind the scenes. How tough is it? I mean, what does a day look like in the life of a cheerleader and of a cheerleading coach? What does that look like for you?
Really, so for cheerleaders, cheerleading is really hard on, physically,
Yes.
right? And that's number one. There's lots of injuries. I know for me, I've had about 4 concussions myself.
Wait,
and it's not easy.
Did somebody drop you? You bumped into something? What happened?
People falling on me.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a really huge impact on your body. And
Yes.
there's some things that unfortunately you just cannot avoid.
Okay.
It could be things with tumbling. So they're flipping around and, they could end up doing something wrong, or their wrist might have turned out. Next thing you know, they're on top of their head. I mean, it's a very dangerous sport. But once you get to perfect something, it's really rewarding. But
Okay.
physical is the number one thing, but there's also mental blocks too.
Okay. Now,
You might always think that you can't do something.
Yes.
For example, with tumbling. A lot of my girls had trouble the last season with tumbling because they thought they couldn't do something or they're afraid of falling.
Yes.
So mentally it's tough, but a lot of exercise, you're throwing people in the air, that are more than 100 pounds. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And then trying to keep up with the school spirit and, football games, but you're also, the thing is, you're also cheering at games, but then it's like, who's cheering for you?
Understood.
And that also can beat you up too, because no one really sees what happens behind the scenes. So,
and I'm so glad that you're telling me, because, as a former football player, you would always see the cheerleaders, but you're like, what are they doing? That doesn't seem hard, but it is actually a sport. And so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Did you incorporate weight training in your practices?
So the school was kind of like not really interested in that.
Yes.
Really, it was really a fight to kind of have weight training in cheerleading at the school.
Okay.
This year they kind of let it happen, but it wasn't like a scheduled thing. They kind of had to do it on their own.
Understood.
So they had to go after school hours and then do it there, but it couldn't be during practice hours, unfortunately.
Understood. So the question that comes to my mind, so you do the 4 years and you decided, I've had enough. I want to really concentrate on my business. I want to concentrate on my own stuff.
Right.
Right. Okay. And so was that a hard separation to say goodbye to the girls? Do you see them every now and then? Do you come back just to give pointers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was probably the hardest decision to make. I mean, I was thinking about it for a while.
Okay.
And it broke my heart, of course, to leave because I feel like I'm just leaving them behind.
Yes.
So, and of course, I miss them already. It's so crazy because I'm so used to being with them all the time. But I know this is better for me,
yes.
To start, because I've got to start someday. And now is just the time. But, they do talk to me all the time. I do have some of the girls that are in college now, and they always text me and say, oh my God, like I made the cheerleading team, or, oh my goodness, like you really helped me with this. And it really helped me with college or academically or with their, it could be real things that are happening in their life socially. So I was really I am a big sister to all of them, and still, even without seeing them, but I do talk to them as much as I can.
And social media kind of bridges the gap because they can see what you're doing now, and maybe that will still encourage them, inspire them.
Exactly.
Okay. So now let's move to why we are here. Let's talk about the bodybuilding that you are now participating in. What does that mean, bodybuilding for you?
Bodybuilding. It's so it's so funny to say, but it's really just what it sounds like.
Okay.
It's really just forming your physique.
Yes.
But it's about how you do it.
Yes.
It's with your workouts. What kind of workout is going to benefit my physique and my body, what's best for me.
Yes.
And food. Food plays a huge part too.
Okay.
Like, what can I eat to make this better? How is my body going to react to this in order to kind of shape yourself into how you see yourself looking like?
Now, you said you were tough on the girls as a coach. Mm-hmm. Is your coach tough on you?
You know what? No.
What?
No. She is actually the sweetest person ever.
Okay.
And I'm sweet as well. But no, she will do tough love if that's what it needs to be.
Understood.
And, that's how I am too. But she is extremely passionate and she's so understanding. She's always positive.
Okay.
Which is just a blessing. And you really need that for bodybuilding because it is a sport and it's a very mental sport for sure. But she is great.
Now let me ask some personal questions. how many pounds are you trying to pack on? Because I know women don't like to talk about their weight. How many pounds are you trying to pack on to build body mass?
Build mass. So
Okay.
as of right now, I'm cutting.
Okay, you're cutting now.
Show.
Yes. Okay.
So we are trying to drop the weight, but
Okay.
you know, in a couple of weeks I'll be in my off season, so that's where I'll want to gain.
Yes.
My body typically doesn't move too much with weight. So what's going to happen is in the next 2 weeks, I could drop maybe 10 pounds before my show, which is in about 4 weeks.
Yes.
And after my show, after I, you know, increase my water intake and I get to eat fun food,
yes,
then I would possibly pack on about 15 pounds heavier from where I was when I hit the stage. Okay, which is very typical to gain about 15, 20 pounds, you know, after a show. Okay. Progressively, not just, you know, not right then and there, but.
Yeah, let me ask this question. So with you cutting now, what does cutting look like for you? Are you doing a lot more, in terms of the weight room, you're doing a lot more cardio, you're doing lighter weights? What does cutting look like for you?
For me right now, cardio is a little bit heavy.
Yes.
I do 45 minutes in the morning, fasted. Okay. And then I also do 45 minutes in the evening time. Okay. So that's 5 times a week for me. Okay. And then with my meals, cutting is a huge part in that too, because you know, it's about what you eat. So right now I'm on a carb cycle, which means that maybe one day I'll be on a low carb diet and the next day I might be on a high carb diet. So, you know, on a high carb diet, I'd be having less fat to eat and just more carbs and protein. And then for my low carb days, I'd be having more fat. Okay. So it kind of just switches on and off, but I do have a very low calorie intake as of right now. Yes. And that's pretty much what cutting is as well.
Okay. Now, all of this sounds expensive. So how do you go about getting or attracting, retaining sponsors?
So we just started, my mom and I were just started talking about sponsorships. And I think that I never really thought about it before. Yes. But I thought that, wow, like this could be a huge thing because really bodybuilding really isn't accepted or popular in the city of Trenton, really. Okay. And I just feel like if we start this here, people might be motivated to do more. And also it could help my brand, but I also want to help bring out other people's businesses as well. Awesome. Like I want to be able to reach out to a business and be like, hey, you know, this is me and this is what I do. I would love to get together. Maybe we could connect. And, you know, helping me would be helping themselves as well, because I want to be able to get other small businesses out there too. So it could just be a help for everyone.
Well, let's put the city of Trenton on blast. This should be something that the city of Trenton should want to get behind and sponsor you. Maybe they should also contract you to do a cheerleading, bodybuilding quasi class at some of our local, what do you call those things? Centers, our local hope centers, you know, in the in the community. Okay. So now and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but give me your pitch as to why someone would want to sponsor you. Give me your pitch.
For me, I just feel as though I'm such a driven and passionate person. Yes. I wouldn't be asking for sponsorships or for help if I wasn't going to actually do something with it or, you know, keep my word or keep my promise. Yes. This is something that I've been thinking about and dreaming about for so long now. And I just feel like this just has to take off. And I'm really confident in where my business can go. And I just feel really excited. And honestly, I really do live to inspire and to just be inspired. I think connecting with people would be absolutely amazing. And, you know, I love to talk to people. I love help and I love to help. I love to be helped. And I just think it would just be great for the community as well. Okay.
Now, I know you already have a logo for your business and for your bodybuilding, I guess it's called training. But I've got, take this out, right? This would be a cute logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take the Trenton Makes Bridge, right?
Right.
And we've got you holding it up.
That'd be too cool.
Trenton Makes the World Take, and that could be part of your sponsorship, right? Oh, I love that, right?
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Listen,
and it's true.
you heard that first here. We've got to get behind this young lady. We've got to sponsor her. We've got to sponsor her. We've got to support her, right? Because we often say, if there's something good that comes out of Trenton, let us support it. But oftentimes we know that we don't get the support. So we are making a push for sponsorship, right? So let's jump into, what does sponsorship look like? You have different levels of sponsorship?
As of right now, I am not picky.
Okay.
With anything right now.
Okay.
Honestly, I am grateful for literally anything.
Okay.
Anything helps. Anything works. I'm such an easy going person.
Okay.
I am very easy. Yeah.
Okay. But part of the sponsorship is going to allow you to pay for your training, your travel,
Correct.
your meals, and your grooming, because you need a outfit, and you need to get your nails done, your hair done, right? You need all that, right?
Oh my gosh, it's a whole thing. Oh my goodness, yes, it is. But the competition is very expensive. Even just registering for the show.
Okay, now when is your first show?
The show is June 4th.
June the 4th, and where's it going to be held?
It is going to be in Teaneck, New Jersey.
Okay, Teaneck. Okay. Now, have you gone to any competitions before to see how things work out, or how things go?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I have a team actually, and I just visited my good friend who just competed about a month ago.
Yes.
So I was there, and I was actually assisting my coach with helping all the girls get ready.
Okay.
Prepping for the show and backstage. So I was in the backstage and doing all of that good stuff. So I got to watch. I got to see how things are. I know for my show it might be a little bit different because my show is going to be a bit bigger than this one. So I think I'll have a bit of a extended day. But it's the first one for me, with this organization. So I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Now, and now I'm getting into waters I can't even swim in when I ask this question. Mm-hmm. When do you become a professional bodybuilder? Are you considered a professional bodybuilder now?
I am not. So right now I'm considered an amateur.
Okay.
So this is the starting point. So when you start as an amateur, you compete as one. You compete against others.
Yes.
At your show, you then become nationally qualified if you make finals and you make top 3 and they feel like you're able to go to nationals.
Yes.
Then that's what they would do for you. Once you're at a national level,
okay,
you compete against others that are in the same boat as you.
Okay.
And then you just keep competing with other national qualifiers until you then become a professional. So it is a very long road.
Yes.
It takes a lot of people a couple of years to get to that point.
Yes.
Once you have that national qualifying title, it takes a little bit to become a professional. And then once you're right there, your career is literally taking off, really.
Okay. Now, another personal question.
Mm-hmm.
While you are looking for sponsors, right, so some of the sponsorship dollars will go towards not so much the training costs, but the cost for your own personal upkeep, because I don't think you can really work, can you? You have to have like a part-time job, right?
Right.
Okay. So some of the funds that are being raised is going to help offset some of your personal expenses, right?
Mainly for the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So sponsorship is just for the show. Okay. Have you thought about
that?
Have you thought about doing any modeling or acting?
Modeling. Everyone asks me this question. Everyone asked me if I wanted to be a model. Years ago, I did.
Yes.
I never thought about it until just recently.
Okay.
I always buy these new athletic clothes, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I love this outfit. I would love to get a good picture of this
Yes.
and tag the company, and hopefully that would be where I am. That's one of my goals, is to be, a company's athlete, to be able to model for them with their athleisure
Yes.
and different gym equipment as well. That would be really cool, and I would love to do that.
Now, you can tell I'm an old guy when I say this. you should go up to Macy's and go into like their evening wear section, and model something like that too. Maybe Macy's would want to sponsor you that way. Not so much,
that might not be bad.
not so much the athletic wear, but just evening wear or just casual wear when people, are walking around town, right? Just a thought. We're brainstorming.
Listen, gotta brainstorm.
Absolutely. Okay. So now you have a caravan of supporters that's going to go up to Teaneck with you on June the 4th, right?
Correct. Of course.
Is there a cost for the tickets?
There is.
Okay.
As of right now, I believe it is $40, I want to say, for tickets. There is there's like a 2-ticket kind of situation.
Okay.
So there's a morning session and there is an evening session.
And
so
you're going to be in both?
Hopefully.
Okay.
So the evening is for finals.
Okay.
So if I can get there, I mean, that would be amazing. And, hopefully I do.
Okay.
I have confidence that I will.
Absolutely.
But as of right now, I'm just telling my family, just get the pre-judging session, which is for the morning.
Yes.
You don't have to get the evening one right now, and then we'll just see where it goes, because it is a long day for, myself and everyone,
Yes.
to drive and to be there all day. I'm not telling everyone to stay all day for me. Like, just the afternoon, just to see me on stage is just good enough for me.
Okay. So very quickly, where should people contact you to make a donation? Where should people contact you if they would want to buy a ticket? And more importantly, where should people contact you if they want to become your sponsor?
So I do have Instagram and I do have Facebook as well.
Yes.
My Facebook name is Ajale Giovannetti. It's extremely long. I can spell that.
Okay.
So that's my first name. It's AJOULE.
Yes.
My last name is GIOVANNETTI.
Yes.
That's the same for my Instagram name as well. It's just my first and last name. My mom's Facebook is Nina Dawkins, so you can happily reach out to her too, because she's been talking to everyone regarding me. So, you can reach out to the both of us, and, I'd be happy to talk to anyone.
Awesome. Listen, I am so excited for you. So let's do this one more time so that we can give everybody a quick recap. You've got a business that you're going to start sometime in late this summer.
Right.
But what your number one focus is now is getting ready, getting sponsorship, and just preparing and training to be the best you can in your first bodybuilding competition, June the 4th, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And if people were to sponsor you, they're going to get the best possible representation from Trenton, because Trenton makes the world take, yes?
Absolutely.
Man, I got to come on board as a manager. Man.
You should. I'd be happy to have you.
Absolutely. Now, anything else that you've got access to this platform you would want to share with our listening audience?
My platform, you said?
Yeah. So with this platform right now, anything you would want to share with the listening audience?
I would want to say is that patience is key.
Yes.
That is something that I live by every day.
Yes.
And something that I also say all the time is that the best view results from the hardest climb. And that's with everything in life. That's personally, spiritually, physically. And if you ever want to feel like you want to do something, or you might be nervous, you might be scared to do it, you never know until you give it a try, and just do your best and let God do the rest.
Yes.
And that's it.
Now I got one for you. Who's the person that you follow in the professional bodybuilding world? Who do you follow?
Someone that I follow?
Yes.
one. Well, there's many,
Okay.
but there is definitely a favorite of mine.
Yes.
Her name is Lee Chappato.
Okay.
She is a Brazilian bikini bodybuilder, and I just think we are in two different categories, but I just think that her presence on stage and her work ethic is just absolutely, it's stunning, it's amazing, and she makes it look very flawless,
Yes.
and that's what I plan to do as well.
And I have no doubt from listening to you, I have no doubt. Now, on the men's side, who do you follow?
On the men's side, I do have one person, and his name is Chris, and he's actually from New Jersey, which is great.
Okay.
And he really just took himself, and he's now a 3-time Mr. Olympia.
What?
I mean, it's his
Wow.
physique is really crazy, and he comes to visit New Jersey, sometimes.
Yes.
But I mean, his body is insane, and he just took something very small and just built something so grand and huge, and now he has his own businesses, and I mean, it's amazing.
Wow, that's all right. And so one day that's your vision, to be able to train folks online and then
Yep.
do something in person. And
Exactly.
and again, we got to put Trenton on blast. You are a young
Absolutely.
person, and we've got to make sure that young folks have access to you, and we've got to make sure that the city jumps behind you and sponsors you. And I love that logo we just talked about. So tell your mother to get on that.
I will.
Man, listen, a woman holding up the Trenton Makes the World Take Risks would be fantastic, man.
It would be pretty cool, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about the sponsorship again. When people are sponsoring you, they're sponsoring for your enrollment fees to get into the competition,
Correct.
your hair, your makeup, your meals, and I guess some training hours, right?
So really, tanning is a whole other thing as well.
Wait.
So that's
Tanning? What is that? What's
tanning. So
Wait,
we
will you
have
get
to,
darker?
exactly.
Why?
Yes,
Why
that
so?
is. And we have to really, because the lights are extremely bright
Yes.
on stage.
Okay.
So if you don't have that nice sleek tanning look,
Yes.
your muscles can look very flat
Got
on
you.
stage,
Okay.
and that's not what we want. That could actually make you lose a placement there. That's
Gotcha.
really important.
Yes.
So that's another thing too. But yeah, enrollment fees, tanning, hair, makeup. I mean, it's the whole 9. Yeah.
Okay. Now, another personal question, and I apologize for asking this.
Mhm.
What are the best features of you when you're bodybuilding that you just try to exploit? That's the word, exploit.
So the best features for myself,
Yes.
legs.
Okay. All right. So
Absolutely.
so that means you are in the gym working on the legs and the glutes and the calves and everything else.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Twice a week.
Awesome.
2 times a week, I work on the legs, back, and shoulders.
Okay. And you're going, but because you're cutting, you're not doing a lot of heavy weights now, are you?
No.
Okay.
Once you get to like the end of your season, which is kind of where I'm at,
Yes.
you get a little bit more exhausted, and you may
Okay.
not have as much energy as you used to.
Okay.
So right now, it's not even safe that I use the heavy weight right now. I'm kind of just doing it to get my pump in and,
Okay.
get the workout in and just getting it done. Yeah.
Now, how important is rest for you?
Rest.
Yeah, getting rest, the proper amount of rest.
Oh, that's huge.
Okay.
Because really there's no progression
Okay.
if you don't rest.
All right.
Your body will just not move. And really what happens is when you keep doing something or you're at the gym, 7 days a week, your body's not going to change.
Okay.
There's going to be no progression, and some people don't really understand that.
Yes.
But getting enough sleep at night, having a day where you just don't do much, where you don't go to the gym, walking in the neighborhood is perfectly fine. That's called an active rest day.
Yes.
But that's really important because if you don't get that, your body's not going to be where you want it to be.
Okay. Now, what about like smoking, enjoying a good cigar? Couldn't do that, huh?
No.
Okay.
Everything that's just extra, I cut out.
Okay.
So even, drinking,
Okay.
I don't drink on prep. It's been maybe like 5 months,
Okay.
4 or 5 months
Okay.
since I've had a drink or a glass of wine, anything. So
What? No wonder
yeah.
I'm not a professional bodybuilder. Man,
Yes, people hear that
look,
and they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's so
listen,
crazy."
listen, I cheat every day. I have a cigar every day, and then occasionally I overdo it with the tequila, but that's all right. That's
That is totally fine.
but that's why I'm living vicariously through you, because I know you're not going to touch it. So I feel strong already. If you're strong, I'm strong.
Yes.
So let's do this one more time, because I want to give the listening audience as much opportunity to hear about you and how important the sponsorship is for you. How important is sponsorship again for you?
Huge.
Okay.
It would just it means the world to me that people want to help and would
Yes.
want to or want to find out more information about who I am and what I'm doing and what I'm going to do in the future.
Yes.
That's really important. Helping out would be huge for me. Knowing that I have the support, of the village of Trenton, that's a really huge thing
Yes.
too.
Well, let's hope they act like the village and they support you.
I know, right?
You're right.
I mean, it would be great. I feel blessed already, but it would just be absolutely amazing if that was the case.
Okay.
It would just help out so much with everything going on, and it would just make things, so much better for me.
Yes.
And just for things to actually really get done and, to help and get other people out there as well.
Well, we're certainly going to make it happen. So now, 5 years from now, where are we 5 years from now?
5 years from now,
Yes.
I definitely see myself still competing.
Yes.
As an athlete, having my business all set in stone.
Yes.
And I do see myself with also a bigger social media fan base as well.
Okay.
I definitely see that happening, some amazing content on my social media. And also, hopefully in 5 years, that's when I, would hopefully have my feet in the door with big brands for
Okay.
fitness and, health and wellness
Yes.
too.
Well, if there's anything that we can do on this end, I'm going to ask you if you can share a link with me, like a workout video or something. I'll be glad to post that to our site so folks know that you're looking for sponsorship. And
Sure.
anything that we can do, because we're all about the entrepreneurial spirit. But if you're from Trenton, born and raised, we want to support your every effort, right?
Great. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I don't want to let you go, but I want to ask this for the young ladies. Any final words that you want to give to the young ladies who might come across, or their parents might come across this podcast? Anything you want to share to the young ladies and to their parents about how important it is to stay healthy and to stay fit?
It is super, super important to really do the best that you can.
Yes.
With, health and fitness. I mean, eating healthy is a really big part of, our life. I mean,
Yes.
It is our life. Health is our lives.
Yes.
And, not enough people here, really take advantage of being able to be healthy or
Yes.
taking advantage of the sources that they have.
Yes.
In order to be healthy and to do things better for themselves and for their lives. And, also it's really big for everyone. Like, we want to live longer, right?
Absolutely.
We want to be able to see generations live on and be happy, but happiness is health. If you're not healthy and you're sick all the time and you're not fit, you don't get exercise in, you cannot live a happy, peaceful life.
Very true.
And that's really the truth.
It
really is. And, some people don't get that enough these days.
Yes.
So we lose so many people because of, health and, not being active and not doing what they can do. It could start with just a simple walk in our neighborhood.
Yes.
Or, doing a couple jumping jacks, getting your heart raced up. It just starts with that. I'm not telling you to go to the gym and lift, a 20-pound dumbbell and work out like crazy. I'm not saying that.
Yes.
It could be as simple as just starting somewhere. That's what counts.
Now, my mind is running, but I hope you appreciate these thoughts. So about 20 years ago, the thought was women should not lift weights. But now it's women should lift weights, particularly the older you get, because the lifting of weights, right, and sometimes heavy, it builds bone density, which can stave off osteoporosis. You know what I'm saying, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
that word. Now, now, do you cook a lot of your own meals?
I do. I cook all of my meals. Yeah.
Okay. So there might be a cookbook coming out. Yes, you heard it first. So there might be a cookbook coming out.
Listen, there might be.
There might be a cookbook.
There might be.
I'm just trying to think of all the ways that you can, get immediate sponsorship dollars, right?
Right.
Now, how important are fruits and vegetables in your workout diet?
Huge.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I don't eat fruit right now.
Okay. Because of the sugar?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm done my show, I eat lots of fruit.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I am a fruit fanatic. I love fruit. It's amazing. I eat fruit every day when I'm done my show.
Okay.
But as of right now, I can't do all the sugar, so I haven't had fruit in a minute.
Okay.
But veggies is something that's just super important for me. I mean, I have to have it. All day, I'll eat mostly green beans.
Okay.
I feel like green beans, my stomach reacts better once I eat them.
Yes.
I would choose green beans over like a broccoli because broccoli is a bloating vegetable. So I try to eat as lean as possible all day.
Okay. Now, when you do your green beans, sautéed, how do you prepare them?
That is just with some olive oil spray.
Yes.
There's no calories in that, obviously. And I just do some salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and some garlic.
Okay.
And that's just how I saute. And it's very lightly.
Yes.
I don't let it like sit for too long.
Okay.
But very lightly saute for my greens.
And then, so when you prepare, let's say you're doing a fish dish. Is it broiled? Is it baked? But it's nothing fried.
Right. Nothing is fried.
Okay.
Everything is either broiled or baked, however I'm feeling.
Yes.
And grilled mostly for meat too.
Okay. No wonder. Man, I would not be a bodybuilder. I love some broccoli.
Yeah.
Man, I love some broccoli. I love a good steak, and sometimes I love a good piece of chicken and ribs, especially if I'm getting from the smokehouse or from the Big Easy. So I just said,
I totally agree with you.
So I just said the Big Easy, so that might be sponsorship there. We're gonna put them on blast too. And I just said the smokehouse, that might be sponsorship too. Ula Bala and Mo, you hear us now. We coming at you for the sponsorships.
Getting it all out there.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to share with us? I'm enjoying this conversation. Thank you.
I am too. Yeah. I'm so happy to be here. This is great.
Absolutely. Now, anything else you want to share for your young cheerleaders that are at Lawrence or at Trenton High?
Oh, that's great. You know what? I really just want to say that things are not always going to be easy.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
And things are not always going to be comfortable,
yes.
right? When you do something new or something is challenging,
yes,
it's going to be uncomfortable for you. But once you take that, that road of being uncomfortable, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel for that.
Absolutely.
That's always going to lead to progression, for everyone. And that's really just how life is always going to be, yes. Right? So tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
absolutely.
Are you going to crack because you're under pressure, or are you going to fight it out?
Yes. And
that's just your decision. And you just always have to fight it out. You just got to find that why in you.
I love it. Now, because you are because you're born in Trenton, maybe Trenton High, maybe Lawrence High, maybe they will sponsor you. Let's reach out to those folks. Let's see if we can encourage them to get some sponsorship dollars for your support. All right. Now,
that'd be great.
One more time, how can people be in contact with you for the personal training and for sponsorship? And just to follow
So,
your career.
so that would be Giovannetti, which is for my Facebook, and my Instagram is the same name, just my first and last name, spelled Ajoule. My last name is Giovannetti.
Yes. Now, do we want to give a shout out to mommy?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Huge shout out to my mom, Nina
Yes.
Dawkins. She's probably listening.
Yes, yes.
But she's absolutely amazing, and she's always helping me with, especially with this. There wouldn't be, a preparation for bodybuilding if it wasn't for her
Yes.
doing this with me. She really is my partner. I call her my manager because she's just always
Awesome.
on the ball, and she just always remembers to tell me, like, okay, it's gonna work out.
Yes.
Calm down. You're probably just hangry, or
Yeah. Not hungry, but you're hungry and angry.
and exactly hangry all the time.
Yeah.
But she really is. She's my rock star, so
Okay.
I always appreciate her, and also everyone
Yes.
as well. I have such a huge support system. With my family, my friends, and people who I don't even know who've just been following me on social media.
Yes.
That have been watching my stories and listening, and that's been amazing too. So thank you to everyone.
Awesome. And so again, let's tell them it's June the 4th in Teaneck.
Teaneck, New Jersey, right?
The amateur bodybuild competition, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. I'm going to wish you nothing but success, but let's do this one more time.
Thank you.
We're looking for sponsorship. We've got our logo already, or we've got a logo that we like. There's a cookbook coming out, and we're talking to and Macy's. You hear us, Macy's? Oh my God! So one more time, because I want to make sure people get this and they can't see. I didn't know how to reach out to her. So one more time, please.
Yes.
Yes.
So first and last name.
Yes.
On both Facebook and Instagram as well. First and last name, Ajoule Giovannetti.
Yes.
Even if you type in like the first 3 letters of my last name, I'll pop up. I don't think anyone else in the area has my name.
No. When I was going to interview you, I said, I got to call your mother. I got to know how to pronounce the name Ajoule. I'm good now. I think I'm pretty good now. Yeah. But listen, Ajoule, I'm going to wish you nothing but success. This has been a wonderful interview. The platform is always open to you. We want to support your bodybuilding career. We want to support your entrepreneurial career as well. Well, we want to support all that you do because you are from Trenton. And in spite of all the things that we do say, Trenton has some good things going on. We just need more people to understand what's going on in Trenton, and we need all hands on deck at this point.
Yes, that's exactly right. I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here.
You're quite welcome.
Truly appreciate it. This has been an amazing conversation. I'm so happy to be able to do this with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's talk and text in a minute.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you soon now.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That concludes another episode of The Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. We hope you found this episode informative and enlightening. If you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, please call 609-731-9311 or email kevin@minding-our-business.com. We look forward to joining us for our next one. Until next time.